Hey everyone, it's Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel, and today it is that time again to do my March reset. So I want to state this as well though. It is still February when I'm filming this. February is not over yet. And when this goes up, it's still gonna be February. So my first one was to pay my credit bill, which I did do. My next one was to do Stoic once a day, which I did do. So I'll check that off. Practice mindfulness daily, which I also did do. Intentionally move my body daily, which I am definitely checking off. I did that this month. I did way more of that this month. I was very good this month making some like positive changes for my mental, physical, and emotional health. So I'm actually like really proud of that this month. My next goal was to hit 300 subscribers. As of now, I'm at 296. So thank you so much for subscribing. It really does help out my channel a lot. And if you feel like subscribing and helping me hit that last 4 so I can hit 300 before March 1st, that would be amazing and I would really appreciate it. So I'm not going to check it off for now just because, you know, but hopefully I can check it off before the month is over. Then I have to take some time for myself, which I did do. February started out as a really stressful month for me. I didn't get to go on the cruise that I was really excited to go on, and just a lot of other things happened that were like very stressful, which is why I really wanted to just like take some time for myself and just like get my head back on straight and really just like be gentle with myself. And I did that, and now at the end of the month I'm feeling a lot better than I was at the beginning of the month. So obviously I'm checking that off, but I'm really glad that I took the time to do that because I think it was really needed for me, and I'm not really used to doing that, so it was overdue. Then I have be more intentional with my time and energy. I definitely did that this month. Not even just this month really, with just in 2024 in general, I've been way more intentional with how I spend my time and energy. Because time is the one thing you really don't know how much you have, and you really can't get it back once it's gone. So I think that's like the most important currency to me. And I also really wanted to protect my peace more for 2024. For me, like that's the most important thing, is my mental health, and really just like, you know, working on my own personal journey with my anxiety and what that means for me. Okay, then I had focus on self-care, which I definitely did. I was really good about doing like my skin routine, and I did a lot of yoga and went outside a lot this month. Even though it was cold, I still did manage to go outside a bunch of times. I read this month, watched things that brought me joy. I really just like took the time to work on like breathing techniques. I really did a good job this month of doing things that for me equal self-care, and I am very proud of that. Then the last thing I had was no spend month, and that I also did. I did buy those 2 books, but I had an Amazon gift card. I think it's good to like have things sit in your cart for a while and really think about them. And if you think about them and still want them, like go back and get them, that's totally fine. But I have stopped myself from purchasing a lot of things by doing that. Also by like looking around at what you have. And I really like to take some months where I tell myself like I cannot buy anything at all, because it forces me to like read books I already have that, you know what I mean, I might not have picked up, and like use things I already have and learn what I have. So that was important for me this month, because I felt like in 2023 I was just like spending too much money, and I think that's going to be a theme for me for 2024, is just like not spending as much money on things, because I've gotten burned a few times where I feel like I've just wasted my money, and I don't want to continue that trend. That's not something that I want to continue my life having, and it's not going to be a good habit for me going forward. So that was something I really wanted to break this month. So those were my February goals. Now I need to do my February journal page that does my little monthly wrap up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back to you and we'll go through my monthly favorites. Okay, we're back. I did my bullet journal pages. This is my February recap. It's very pretty, and that's my March cover page right next to it. So I technically I read 2 books for the purposes of like Goodreads and ratings. So I read Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Gave that 5 stars, as you guys already know. And then in the back of that book there was an extra little like bonus story called The Long Conversation, and that was about the characters from the World Instrument series, so I also gave that a 5 stars. But for the purposes of my journal, I just did the one separate one because it looked better with this little book drawing, and I've been wanting to do that, but I usually read more than one, so I haven't been able to. Then I watched a lot of things this month. I watched Cocaine Bear, which, so for the purposes of my journal, I only do 5 stars, but when I rate them on IMDb, obviously it's 10. So when I'm saying the ratings in the journal, it's gonna be 1 through 5. I watched Cocaine Bear, which I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. 2.5, 3, but basically 3. I watched Bad Boys, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. I watched The Recruit on Netflix, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved that. Then I watched Survivor season 33 because they put it on Netflix, and that separate season was a 5 out of 5 stars. I feel like Survivor in and of itself, like the show, is a 5 out of 5 stars or a 10, you know, whatever on IMDb. But I like to rate like each individual season because they're also different, and some of them are not that great, and then some of them are awesome, and then there's some in the middle. So this one was a 5 out of 5 stars. It is one of the best seasons of Survivor I've ever seen. Then I watched Holy Moly, which is a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I love that show. Then I started trying to watch the new season of Love is Blind. Didn't even finish the first episode. Just couldn't, I wasn't interested, so that gets a 1 star for me. Then I watched The Other Zoe, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really cute movie and I really enjoyed it. I feel like a lot of people complained about it, but like, it gave what a rom-com is supposed to give. Like, I was happy, I was satisfied. So then I tried to watch another Netflix reality dating show called Perfect Match, and I gave that a 1 out of 5 stars. Everyone on that show is infuriating. I just like couldn't do it. Then at the bottom I just wrote like a little bit of like some things of note. Those are more like personal things for me, like things I'm proud of that I've done this month myself. So for monthly favorites, I would do Lady Midnight would be in my monthly favorites. I'm back in my Shadowhunters era. I would also put Survivor in my monthly favorites because I've been kind of back in my Survivor era. Like, I've been watching like random compilations, I always say that word wrong, on YouTube. And then The Recruit I would also put in my monthly favorites because that show I was super into and I thought it was really good, and I'm excited that they're making a season 2. Then obviously like making content and vlogging is always in my monthly favorites. I had a really fun time doing that. I loved the snow day that we had. I also loved today because I got to sit outside. I would put tea in my monthly favorites. I've been really into drinking tea, specifically like mint mentally tea this month. Has just kind of been my jam. I'm sure I'm forgetting something because by the time I get to the end of the month, it just feels like it's been like 30,000 years since the beginning of the month. Oh, I think I was still puzzling. I'll put puzzling in there because I believe I was still puzzling up a storm in the beginning of the month, and I just started a new puzzle because I did a Coke puzzle, like Coca-Cola, that was 2,000 pieces, so I wanted to leave it set up for a little bit, so I left it set up for like a week because I was like, this was a labor of love, like I can't just take this down. So I recently just took it down and started another puzzle. So I'll put puzzling on my monthly faves as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Good chill month. I feel like I got to like a better place mentally, which was like my main goal. Now we're getting to March, so I don't have a whole lot of monthly goals, I feel like, for March that are tangible. So I might do a separate video where I set like spring goals of like goals of things for the spring quarter that are gonna like take longer. So I might do that. But for now I'll do like, you know, the usual. I feel like I'm kind of moving away from setting a bunch of little tangible goals, and like lately I'm more into setting like, okay, I want to like work on this month, and like I would like to have it done by like May, you know what I mean? Like, it's more like goals that take a lot of time. I might still set some monthly goals because there are like a few things that are like numerical or tangible that I like to make goals and track, but for the most part I'm kind of gonna try out, I think, setting like quarter or like seasonal goals, just because right now the bunch of individual goals doesn't really like suit my purposes, at least for this month. So anywho, so the few goals that I have are, I always put to pay my credit bill on there because I just don't want to forget to put it and then forget to pay it. And right under it I have no spend month. That's just kind of like what I'm trying to do just in general right now. Then I have to get outside more because it's finally warming up. This whole week it's going to be like in the 50s and I'm super excited. Then I have make a TBR for the month. This I really want to do, but I don't think I'm going to make like a TBR video for this month. I might in the future, but I have this TBR game. So I used to be really into reading, and I still love reading, but I used to be even more into it, and I had like a separate like reading channel and everything, and I used to get the Fairy Loot subscription box, which basically it gives you like bookish related like gifts every month, and it's like a surprise and there's a theme. But one of the things I got in this box is I got this roll the dice TBR game. So it comes with a list, so you can write, it's a d20 dice, which if you play D&D, you know what I'm talking about. But it's basically just a dice with 20 sides. When you roll, you can get any numbers 1 through 20. So I'm going to use this dice roll, and I wrote from my physical TBR, so the books that I own, I wrote the like books under numbers, and then whatever number comes up, I have to read that book that is in line with that number. So that's what I'm going to be doing this month. Right now I am reading Lord of Shadows, which is the second one, the Lady Midnight book, but I finished the first one really fast, so I'm kind of expecting to finish the second one really fast. For this month I did my physical TBR because I just have a lot of physical books that I feel like I haven't read and I want to get to reading. But eventually I might put like some books that are just on my TBR that I can get like from the library or like on Kindle or something. But for this month, they're all physical books that I own. So that's kind of my plan for that. And then the last goal I have on here is to hit 350 subscribers, which would be absolutely awesome if I can do that by the end of March. So I love setting like goals for my subscriber count because it like helps me look back on my progress, which is really fun. I don't like to set too much and get too stressed out because I feel like if I set too many goals, I just don't do any of them because I'm just sitting there stressed. And I also just like made a lot of positive changes in the month of February that weren't even on my goals list, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so anywho, so those are my goals. Comment down below what your March goals are. As always, if there's any videos you want to see from me, let me know. I always love getting suggestions. Subscribe if you're not already. It really does help out my channel a lot. Help me hit my 300 goal before March would be awesome. And then if it's already March, you can help me hit my 350 goal before April. And then also give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it as well. That helps me kind of tell what content you guys like and what content you guys want me to make more of. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday with another video. Later, Gators. Bye.